Yeah. You've got your ball, you've got your chain tied up. No bass, no guitar, no tambourine. Then I found you like a melody. You were singing in the same key as me. We had them dancing in the street. I don't wanna be your one, baby. I don't wanna be your one. Putting miles on the running town thing. Baby, we can take our own show on the road. I lay down the beat, you carry the tone. We'll get tattoos and we'll crash hotel rooms. Baby, take my hand. I don't wanna be your one, baby. That's some iPads about Dad, which I used to play piano. We got my songs, got my chess rating back within about 100 of its peak. Blitz only do one rating at one time control at a time. And I need to, most importantly, prep for over the board. I have my last three, game 26 with a 5-second increment. I think all three were. So I need to do my second review. I do my first review right after, and then I rest and I do a deeper review when the tournament is over and or once I've rested. So let's do that first. And by that, I mean I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to explain what I'm doing because this is actually important. This is the only thing I take super seriously. Online chess isn't real. No one really cares. At least real chess players don't ask for an online rating. It's cool to have. It's fun. It doesn't matter. It's not accurate. Okay. Up there, just me and my shadow. No bass, no guitar, no tambourine. And I found you like a melody. You were singing in the same key as me. We had them dancing in the street. I don't want to be a one-man band. Quick message before I start. It is very hard to put oneself out there, especially the older we get. To me, after 40 is when we should really tone down our ambitions. Not because we can't start a business or be successful, but we have to limit what we're trying to do. Just because, and even at 30, I can tell if I don't sleep for a couple of days, I can still do it and be just as alert the next day, work out just as well. but it's not easy. It's not easy. I feel it in my body. I don't drink often, but I'm assuming, any type of not recommended behavior, I would just not recover from as well. But at 40, not only would it hurt our bodies to not take care of them, to go and try to play chess or learn chess from scratch. It takes a lot of energy to get the initial momentum, but we actually wouldn't be able to do it at a high level. 30, it just hurts a little bit compared to when we're in our 20s. And at 40, we probably actually can do some things. But under 40, we should try. Still, we should try and take calculated risks, not just go gamble. Viswanathan Anand, India's best chess player, probably the 4th or 5th best of all time, had a great quote on that. I think someone met him, I think, on a train or something, and said, "You're going to be a chess player, kid? Yeah, unless you're Viswanathan Anand. Good luck, crazy." And Anand, of course, is Viswanathan Anand, and he thought, well, some of my friends were engineers. They got laid off. You can play it safe and get screwed. But too many people that put themselves out there and handle the criticism and do all the hard things that go along with attempting a path that is not ordinary, they're trying to be a musician or an actress. And I do think those things need to happen in your early 20s. Like with chess and my music stuff, that just keeps me sharp. A lot of people do those things and don't record it. To stay sharp for business, to have a creative outlet that offsets the structure of being a parent, maybe. They're just good things to do. And I'm going to try to monetize it and make a career as a chess player. But I'm not moving to Hollywood and trying to compete with actors who have trained since they were, 10 years old in theater. I want people to try, but more importantly, I want people who try to not sacrifice their entire lives chasing not a stupid dream, but a dream that's not going to happen. It would trying to be an actor or a musician and make it big. If you haven't, as a 30-year-old, and you haven't shown signs of progress, you don't have a song on the radio or anything. It's kind of like if at 30 I tried to play baseball or football again, and I was just good, but now I'm older. It's on the downhill. I'm losing potential with every passing second because I'm getting older, and that requires my physical body to perform well. With chess and music, unless you're trying to actually be on stage where looks matter and energy matters, you don't have to move to Nashville. You can do a TikTok channel and continue improving with age. So I'll start more of my streams like that with music. I'm at a higher level in chess where I don't need to be playing so much, and I enjoy music a lot more than chess. So let's look at these real quick. Got lucky here. I think the athlete I played, which he had the white pieces, so I'll flip the board. I think he's going through a little bit of a slump. I don't know if it's confidence or what, but he's not playing like himself. Got a pretty fortunate win to bring my streak to 6 in a row over the board, which is really important because once my USCF ratings update, I'll have a new peak, and I'll be nearing 1,600. If I can get to 1,700 before the end of this year, I'll probably just kill it. That way, I know if I can get 1,700, I'll have that 3-month window from January to my birthday in March to get to 1,800, and I can lock in, play out of my mind for those 3 months. A lot of chess, it's being completely rested, focused, present, confident for one game at a time until you just reach a level where you are outmatched and the opponent is significantly technically better. It's a lot of psychological warfare. Okay. So this is my second review, and I go a little bit deeper. Pretty much always play the Slav when I get the chance now. Not only is it the best opening, in my opinion, in that situation, it really seems to be an in-between option. Like, it's not overly aggressive, but it's hard to be aggressive as black, too. It's like the Caro Khan on steroids. I always say it's like the Caro Khan on steroids conceptually. That's what the Slav is to me, and that's why I like it. You learn a lot. It's not getting super sharp where games are ending quickly, so you get to see a lot of positions. It doesn't necessarily lead, at least in my experience, the lower levels to the same setups in the middle game, so it's just a really great opening. My favorite right now. But I do end up getting a little too, I call it getting too Ponzi. Like, it's fine. Might even be one of the better moves. It's a book move. But I need to explore some other options, so that's what we're going to do. The Slav. So C4. So this is where the Slav begins. It's a Slav now. I guess it would be a system. Is it the Slav system at this point? I'm going to piss real chess people off a lot, and then I'm going to beat some of them. I talk like a kindergartner. Since I started streaming chess during COVID, got to be excited. I sound like a kindergartner. But as I've gotten better, I actually kind of know what I'm doing. And I win a few of these amateur tournaments. Okay, but like that. These are little fixes that'll take me up 60 to 80 points just by not doing this. And it's a shorter time control, so I'm really just being quick. But just take. And instead of getting out of the opening even or a little worse, I'd be up. And I do that all the time. Because I know in the middle game, I'm just a little better than most of these athletes in the 1500, 1600 range. B6 is a mistake. Okay. So what I usually do, I go through first my boxing, my mistakes. I do that on my first quick review usually, but apparently I didn't for some reason. So anything that's real bad by me, like I don't think that's real bad. And that the idea was right. I just got the order wrong, so I don't even really count that as real bad at this level. That's real bad. So I only probably had two that I'm going to box in for this game. I like to show 4 lines. Yeah, see, those are the ones I like to look at now. These types of moves. And so when I see a move that apparently after the engine is updated, it doesn't even put that in the top 4 anymore. But it's an option. I want to know why. I want to know what's going to happen if that plays out. And this is what I do in my second review. Usually in pencil, more with those alternative lines because it didn't really happen. You got to be sure and separate what happened from what you wanted to happen or what could have happened or what should have happened. And I like to color code that. So it's not a bad move what the opponent did. And I don't want to look at the other ones because that's what these are moves I expect. In Queen C2, not so much, but it's pretty simple what you're doing. B3, like that, I get them all. But A4 is not something I've seen. You don't see a lot of that, so I want to look at it. And it's something I played against a robot. Okay, so if I castle, yeah, so 97, a lot of times that's fine to block in the bishop this way. Because that bishop wants to protect that pawn for a little bit until the middle game really starts. So So blocking your bishop with a knight development is not always bad in the Slav. In fact, usually it's fine because your knight doesn't want to go where it went here. But this is 1500 level chess. I know I'm quite a bit better than 1500 over the board as long as I'm sleeping and not playing excessive online, focusing. So just let's develop. Also, it gives you something different to look at. You're not going to be consistently punishing my mistakes for another 100 rating points or 200 rating points. See, like those moves, that's a bad sequence by me because those moves don't work together. That pawn is serving a purpose. So when I have to bring the piece I just moved back to serve the purpose that pawn was serving that I just moved. It's not good practice there. But I got developed in spite of it being uncomfortable. And we're totally fine. Not really a lot to learn from that game. Not from the game itself. But I can look at had that happened, which probably should have. Then you got to make a decision. I'm just going to like that. Because, of course, you're weakening the strength of the Slav, which is your c6. But you're up a pawn at the same time. So you got to do it. If I don't do that, I'm going to bring my queen back, which I was kind of planning to have it rerouted there. Which makes it even more silly for me to make that move. If I want to go here, then here. Whatever. I'll win the game. Make sure you understand why. This is a mistake. It's like a mistake I don't highlight. This right here. Because what do you want to do to punish it? Like it probably doesn't like it because I'm in line with the rook when all this mess opens up, and then you can discover my queen. I get it, and that's a amateur error. I'm worried about this. I am anticipating, which is good, but it's not something. It's not really a ghost threat because it's too far in the future. But it's kind of the same concept. Like that doesn't matter. Like two pieces. It's very rare even with the queen that two pieces when you still have pawns in front of your king that two pieces are going to hurt you, or even be scary enough, quickly enough, where you can't just bring some other pieces in to defend. Like two pieces when you have pawns in front of your king, whatever. And I'm just a little bit too defensive here. I don't need to be. Your knight and your queen, and I can come back. If you want to bring your knight in, you're blocking your queen, and there's no threat. So bad move to bring my queen there, but I understand why. That's fine. So let's look at this now. Pretty simple game, especially with the bishop blunder. So h4. And I think once I reach 1800 or I start playing in that division again, I'll get a lot more moves like this. They're more experienced. They're going to make sure I know how to handle these moves that aren't common, but they're still fine. Sometimes an inaccuracy is good, especially in the opening against a less experienced player. Where'd it go? Where'd my arrows go? Okay. So if I play a5, so now it doesn't really care about. It doesn't want me to stop it. It wants me to grab space over here, even with a5. So keep pushing that, I guess, until you have a way to support this pawn, because I'll just take it, so you don't want a lonely pawn. How do I play it against a robot? I don't remember. So now, since that wing pawn push could have happened, and it would have been something I might see against a good player trying to give me a different look, we'll replay it against a robot. I want to change the bot. Well, I don't want to be complete crap. Sorry, Martin Lecter. No, I don't want to play a game with a criminal. I have a clean record. And I don't want bad influences around me. Okay, so we'll do that. I'm going to mark this one as fully analyzed. Wasn't a lot to look at. And I'll also add, don't waste the Grandmaster's time. I understand what happened. There's nothing here that is really that complicated, even in the opening. I have a limited amount of time with the Grandmaster in residence per weekend. We won't worry about that. Okay. Okay, which one is this? No, that's... Okay, this is the previous week. But I had the white pieces now. Same opponent. Yeah, just solidify this. And I actually went over this game with the Grandmaster in residence. I didn't add it to my notes. And if I went over with the Grandmaster in residence after my first review, I usually just count that as my second review. Anything with the Grandmaster is better than any analysis I'll do on my own. So I need to count that. I'll say check, second review with GM in residence on whatever last Sunday was. What was last Sunday? Or no, it was the previous Sunday, probably. It's 9/28. Yeah. So I reviewed that with the Grandmaster after I played it. And of course, looked at alternative lines and stuff. Yeah, and this was the one. My big mistake is getting that. But it ended up being good practice. This is why it's so important. Yeah, and these are the moves, kind of like an online chess. I find them quickly every time. I would almost call it a bailout move, meaning against a good player, I won't get that chance. I've been way ahead on time during most of my win streak of 6 games, which factors into my decision making. Some of my bad moves, I wanted to be different because the opponent's almost out of time. Like the opponent literally has like point something seconds now with a 5-second increment. Otherwise, of course, I wouldn't have done that. It's over. But still, I need to play it out. But finding that move quickly is important, and those types of moves are not hard. For my level, you should find them. But I find the good enough moves almost every time to beat 1500s. In this game, since I also went over it with the Grandmaster. And that's online chess. It's not a bad move. I need to not make that move. I guess it's fine, but it's trying to break pawns too early, which is a bad habit I've developed for online chess. A lot of times, if they screw the pawn break up, the game's over. So I figured online chess, really after I've messed up my rating, I want to get it back quickly so I can enjoy life. I'm addicted to online chess. So just try to break the pawns a little earlier. If they get it right, we'll play it out. If they don't understand and screw up the pawn break or how it should have happened, I win the game early. I get a resignation. So I end up, when I'm in online mode, trying to break the pawns a little too early. In this case, I want to look at lines of the Roy Lopez I'm familiar with, but I haven't studied in depth in a while. So we'll mark this one as good enough. We're done with it forever. That's the important thing. You don't want to have clutter in your head. Even if you didn't review it a second time, which I recommend, can't have, I'm bad about that. I have to work pretty hard to be done with the games. And actually, at the end of every month, I go back and I select 5 or 6 games from maybe a year ago even, and I review them thoroughly. But aside from that, a lot of time, you do not want to be thinking about the past any more than is necessary to learn from your mistakes. So we'll look at that one with the robot as well. Then these are little things that I'm gonna start spending a little bit of my training time on, because the Roy Lopez is very popular, and they're gonna have played against this at my level quite a bit, but it doesn't happen. Pulling the bishop back doesn't happen as much, and there's a few kind of wrinkles you can throw in after this. So we'll pull it back. Usually you don't get b5. I haven't played this a ton. I've played against it a few times. b5 is not the most common move at the lower levels, at least. They don't, and bishop b7 is good. I saw a Nakamura video talking about bishop b7 in different instances being very good as black, but usually you're going to get something like this, or the other bishop coming. That's not going to happen. You're not going to block it in. So of the options, you're probably getting this, or this, or this. But none of them really change the plans as white. So let's say we get really any move. So usually you want to castle. d3, but it's not going to like d4. I don't completely understand why it doesn't like d4 here. Aside from, it gives black the option to move this knight, which could eventually be pinned. If that pawn moves, or I don't know. So then c4, c3. That way we can save our bishop after this happens. So c4 is different. Or yeah, or a3 because we still can save it. I'm pretty much automatically taking that. If I castle, what you're just going to take it. And now I don't have a pawn center anymore. I mean, these can be pretty powerful, but wouldn't be the first choice. The pawn's in the center. See, in doing this exercise where we're playing around with things that didn't happen, like you might not even run into the situation we're playing exactly, but you start seeing different structures, different ways it can happen. And I think when I watched a video of Ben Feingold guiding Emily Plays Chess, or Emily Higgins, and I was watching some of her games, it brings back good memories of the 1400 level online, which is like 1,000 over the board. And one of the issues, I think, with smart people that struggle to get past the 1400 level online, they understand what they're being told, but they don't know when to apply it otherwise. So chess is a game of infinite possibilities, especially in the middle game. And the key is not so much to understand your game. The key is to understand what happened and what you were thinking that led to what happened. Because then if it happens in another situation, or if this pawn structure, happens and it's not the opening phase, it's over here, and there's different pieces on the board, you understand what's going on with them. As opposed to, because the same position in a game, especially after the open, it's never going to happen again. So you need to understand it. And when you do what I just started messing with, which is playing alternative lines with the engine or against the robot, you'll start seeing situations you need to understand. And most of the lines I look at, it ends with the knight coming here, my bishop coming back. But as you'll see, it didn't have to happen that way. See, so, like, why would you play knight a5? You see how little time I spent on my opening. And I'm still playing at a high 1500 level and in the 2000s online, so. Okay. Okay, so it's going to make it hard for me to push there. I get it. So if you want that pawn, I'm trying to mess up your structure a little bit. Okay. And that knight blocking this diagonal will allow me to play that if I want. I do. Okay, I can get rid of my doubled pawns now. Push you, double protected. Oh, see, why is it telling me this? I don't know why you do that when I'm trying to practice here. It seems dumb. See, now you're telling me... Oh, okay, that's my previous move, right? Don't tell me this. I don't want hints. Stupid robot. So essentially, I don't want to go there yet, because then it's going to get met with that. I could go here. It's not so terrible. The question is, do I want to try to save this pawn? First, I can definitely do that. Yeah. Here, and then something to chase the knight out, whether it be there or there. Or even there, really. So the knight needs to move. Really. You have to take it. So that will take the bishops away. But then you'll see my pawn. And if your knight's still there, it's a problem. So what about this? Because then if you were to take it, by the time that's a great score for my knight, right? And that opens up. So that's kind of interesting. I have time to figure that out. And your knight's going to sit there. It's going to be tough to get out. So go here. You probably wouldn't take it, actually. I'm doing a lot of work on the edge of the board here. A little bit risky. And I can't leave that, because then you'll fork. That'd be bad for me. What about this? Can't do that until 9 moves, but if I keep pushing that pawn, it kind of entices your knight to stay put for a little bit, which hurts your development. Which, of course, you don't have to. What did I just do? Screwed my game up, apparently. Wait, so I get that. But if I take there and you take there, so what, you play there? Wait, I'm down this much? Okay, I get it. So then you'll take that. But then you have a lonely pawn. And then it just updated. That got me back 3 material. Are you kidding me? I'm not doing this anymore. This is driving me. Okay, whatever. Let's finish the game. That's fine. It can be there. Okay. You don't want to push the pawn. So if anything, I want to be there. That probably wouldn't be a terrible score for it. So now I'm winning. I went from me losing by 3 pawns to winning. Okay, whatever you say, robot. Probably want to go here. If I can get my king off that. I can still do that. Then if you take, I'm mated, so I actually can't do that. So I probably need to get my king some space. Fucking pay attention. I can't just do that though. Oh no, because then the pen. Jeez. Brutal. Alright, so I just got my ass kicked by the robot. Got some decent learning. And a good warm-up for Blitz. Yeah, see, you'll notice I'll call out a lot of the moves. They're decent options. And then I'll make a few bad moves. Okay, so that should have been met with knight c4. Okay. Yeah, I called it out. Now I don't have a way to get rid of that knight. Yeah. Just take it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm about to get back to 2100 today. I believe I just take it. This is over. Okay, so you can't use your knight though. Damn it. It's all right. Two rooks are better than a bishop. Haven't you heard the news? Jackass. Look how safe my king is. Let me further explain my advantages. My pawns are marching, your pawns are back. Even though your pawns are back, your king's not safe. It's been nice knowing you, enemy. Passio. So what? What is that nonsense? Try some cheap bullshit that doesn't exist. Yeah, it's up to you, really. I dictate the terms of this agreement. Okay. Ah. Gosh darn it. No. Ah. Boy. You don't want to do it. Son of a bitch. Wow. I'm still hosed here. Jeez, dude. It's probably a good move. Good job. Jeez. See, it gets your brain doing funny stuff playing online chess. That's a 2064 level player. Hey, like, Just ready to punch a wall now. So just build good habits. Don't play again until you've reviewed all your games. And have a set number of games that you're willing to go without reviewing. Then go back and review those. Like don't go more than 3 in Blitz. It's not like we're really strategizing to where it's worth reviewing. It's just that you don't want to keep playing. I'm getting no better. That's bad play by me. Like we learned when we were playing the robot. Move the knight. Don't let it sit there. And don't do that either. Jeez. Suddenly we're alive. What? Suddenly we're better? Knight's going to move probably. I predict the future well. Let's freeze your queen. She can't go there now. That's a mistake. Good God. I'm gonna try and trade the queens. I get it. I gotta give my queen away after I mess that up. Fine. You're locked in now. Otherwise, you're losing a pretty important pawn. Really? Sure. I have sacrifice. You sacrifice back, but it wouldn't really be that good. Bad choice. So now if your rook moves, I don't want to bail you out, right? That's a move to keep them honest. When they're thinking that much, they realize they burned 20 seconds. Sometimes they might be pre-moving or moving too fast. It's not a good move. It's interesting. Okay, so that can't move with check. Where it goes, which is why I can play that. Shit, no, I can't. What am I talking about? Yeah, it's just free pawn. Can't go there. Because then I'll take. Well, I guess you can because your knight's blocking it. Then I can pin. And then you'd have to play. See, I'm a little slow at calculate anything that's complicated all in Blitz. Takes. I take. Should probably do that. I don't see the harm in taking with the knight. The knight takes. I'm going here immediately. No, I'm not. I don't want to trade it really though. Most likely end up. It's a good move. It's a nice move. I can also drop it back. Let's go here first. A little ahead on time. My bishops are not better, but they're less committed. A little more clock. Oh, shit. But a lot worse. No, not really. As bad as it can get right now for me. Ah! That's nice right there. So you win a blitz game. Take it. Nope. I'm trying to not be an addict at the moment. Oh, see, I'm not even counting. It's basic stuff. I don't think I reviewed my previous game either. Yeah, important. Little things like that. You can fix that and get some 1400s or whatever experiment the chess people want to do with anyone but me, which is funny because I have the adult improvers. The more relatable stories. I'm light years better, and I'm still no good at chess. But I'm good at that. Like, I don't have to think about it. There's no reason you should have to think about it. You're not taking with your queen automatically. You're automatically not doing that because then you kill this relationship. And it's not that they don't see that when I watch some of the newer adults. It's that they think about it. And Blitz is content gold. So even the adults who've gotten like Tyler won, Blitz Chess, they're not any good at Blitz at all. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You want to take there. That way you can sacrifice the bishop. Coward. Okay, so if you take, pretty sure I would want to go there, right? That's not a good move. Interesting. I'm trying to punch my rook down a little early. That's a good idea. Good idea. Watch me recover. And just be up a pawn like a magician. Like the chess magician I am. Good job. Which pawn do you want to lose? Can you save them both? I don't think you can. Important decision. Important decision, and that's correct. Think a little bit about it. I don't like that move. Shit. You shall take it. Gosh. Way too slow. My signature move for Blitz Chess purposes only. Fine. Okay. I would have done that. Would not have done that. Go ahead. Do I take it? Okay. So prevents that. You need to guard that pretty bad, actually. We're looking at mates now. Nothing changes. Okay. Yeah, sure. And baby, it's true. I can't live without you. And I'm thinking two is better than one. Rook. Yeah, that's the right way to do that. Now I'm gonna get real uncomfortable, but we'll be okay. Now a lot of my problems are solved, at least for the time being. Can still get messy. Um, okay. This is my chance if I want it. I don't know that I want it. Jeez. That hurts. That hurts really bad. What fun, what fun. Now you gotta be careful. I don't want to be here. I can get there. Which now I guess I can't technically, right? been fun. Crazy Burns. Put back on your meds. You didn't play very stable. Try this at home, kids. No, seriously, don't. I don't recommend it. I wasn't joking. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? You should help us on for sure. And I'm beat, so I'm trying some crazy stuff. Yeah. I don't like that move at all. Not even a little bit. You might play here first, which wouldn't be a bad idea. If you do, I'm probably going back because I need to keep this. Gotta make him guess with pawns. Yeah, good move. Keep him guessing when you're beat. Now I have this. I would go right back. I would bring it right back. No, you don't want to do that. I'm certain. Because now I have a little bit of hope. Just a little bit of hope, and that's all I needed. Okay. We should go here. Keep that pin. Sure. That's what you want to do. It's your life. No. Dang. Ah. I'll take it. Oh, I don't deserve it, but I'll take it. Part of life. Okay, let's go here. Not the best move, probably. Look at a spy. I got 5. I got too many. 1, 2, 3. Never have too many. Defenders of VIPs, which VIPs are very important pawns. Okay, I can try that if I want. Okay, no, I can't. Son of a bitch. Not even thinking. Gosh, it's terrible. We'll head on time too until that mess up. Fuck it, let's try to win. Ah! I timed out. Yep. Happens when you're getting killed. Which is the right way to do that. Just try to survive. It's not as fun. Can't push. That's probably fine. Run the king up. That's all there is left to do. So we can get our asses kicked. It's about that time when I lose interest and start spiraling. A few decent games here. Come on. See what I mean? No, you're going to take it. Otherwise, I'll fix my problem. Still up a pawn, though. Okay. I don't even know that I'm worse. Especially now. So the idea is to move that. Then I can come here. God. That's okay. Because of course I'm threatening. Shit. This isn't good. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Actually, relax. Now I'm screwed. Ah! All right, don't spiral. Get it back. Take a break. See what I mean? You can't keep playing tired like that. It's get sloppy. Oh, terribly sloppy. It doesn't even matter. If that moves, I can force the queens off, so that's not a problem. Okay, so now I can't do that. I'm still completely screwed. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? It's not thinking, Zol. I'm not thinking at all. Unless the rook moves, I can force the bishops. Okay. They have one move. Just try to unpin. I'm going here. And you can't really take there. I'm adding pressure to a pinned piece. I guess you could survive. That would be uncomfortable. Play that. Yeah. So I want here if I can get it, which I don't see how you stop it. It's a good move. Okay. Get some wins in a row here. You can change your settings if you only want to play people higher rated. I think I've got it set to where I don't play anyone less than 50 or 60 below me. But don't be a bad sport. I'll report you. Call your mom. Leanne, you can tell my mom on me. I'm an adult and I'm going to hit on your mom. Tell her chess jokes. She can't resist. I tell the chess jokes, damn it. Okay, so that's just a pawn that I stole from you. And you can get one back. No, you can't. Let's force some rooks off. So that'll come with check. I get it. I get it. Step and check. Okay, now let's go. I get a pawn. I get a pawn. You can target that pawn. That's a bad pawn. I'll give it to you. Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing. It's not really encouraging. I was seeing it that way, but I'll take it. All right, lovely. No! God dang it! I think I had it one. I didn't focus to the end. Gosh. My fault. Okay, so your bishop can't discover in a manner that would protect shit. Or that would keep me from doing so. So here, when the check is there, I'll just take it. Cool. Still true? Yeah, I'll simplify it, I guess. I don't know why I wouldn't, right? Continue to. Jesus! Stop playing. Just wasting your time. Man. Try to go that way, but you can't do that because then I'll, I have to do that basically. You can keep trying to add pressure to it, but I'd rather be there anyway. And that bishop's going to become pretty strong, so probably wasn't a good sequence by black there, Mr. Fierce Pawn. I think I'll be all right. It's a good move, though. Good move by the Fierce Pawn. I got to make sure I get that pawn. This isn't going to be so easy, actually. I'm going to take a break. Need 2100 and stop so I can focus on over the board.